Good afternoon, everybody. This is Rob from RJL 518, welcoming you here to the 1921 Payoff pitch Cardinals replay that coincides with Bleacher Bubs Gaming Yankees replay for the same season. Today, the date is April 24, 1921, and tonight the Cardinals host the Chicago Cubs in the second game of their series here at Sportsman's Park. The Cubs beat the Cardinals last time by a score of 5-4, which ended the Cardinals' 5-game winning streak to start the season. The Cardinals come into this game with a record of 5-1. The Cubs are 2-4. And so we were going to go ahead and see what happens here in Sportsman's Park to see if the Cardinals can get some revenge on these Cubs for ending that 5-game winning streak to start the year. So it should be lots of fun here today. Of course, there's also Rogers Hornsby replay is what this is, as well as while Lee Anthony is doing Babe Ruth. Hornsby not off to a great start, 6 of 27, 222 batting average. He's got 5 hits, a double and a triple, and he's walked twice. So that's all that Hornsby has done so far with the St. Louis Cardinals. So far in the replay. But the Cardinals are off to a 5-1 start. They were one of the better teams in the National League that year. Of course, have changed the playoff format. So instead of the top 3 teams in the National League making the playoff, it will now just be top 2 teams will get there and just play a National League championship series at the end whenever we and I complete the seasons. This is a non-presentation style game, so as I don't do it like I do for the 1994 restart on my season. So we're just going to get right to work here as the Chicago Cubs are at the Cardinals, and leading off the top of the first. Oh, actually, I should get the pictures out there. It will be Hippo Vaughn pitching for the Cubs, and pitching for St. Louis in this game will be Schupp. This is his first start. 2 wins, no losses, a 4.10 ERA. As he gets the start today for the Cardinals. And there are a couple of lineup changes as well in there, and we'll get to them as we go through. So let's get it go. Top of the first inning, leading off for Chicago is Max Flack. And he will go up against the lefty Schupp as we get this game underway. And that is a 4. That is a patient. That is an 0-9. And that is a early walk given up to Max Flack. So he will go ahead and take the walk to first base. And C57 is his rating, as I did not put the ratings in, but I'll put them in as the cards show. So early walk from Max Flack. He is on first. Next batter is Charlie Holliker for the Cubs, as the Cardinals trying to get some revenge here for the loss. That is a 9. That is a tough. That is a 67. And that is going to be a grounder to short. Holliker's double play rating is a 7. Schupp is a 6. So Flack is going to be out at second base, and Holliker will be safe at first now. But there is one out on the fielder's choice. Choice. Next batter will be Zeb Terry. Terry is at second base today for the Cubs. One out. Holliker on at first. He is not going to steal. Here's the pitch. That is a 4. That is a patient. That's a 70. That's a 70, and that's going to be a single for Zeb Terry. He gets the base hit off of Schupp. And that is a grounder up the middle. Runner on first advances 2 bases. So Holliker goes to second. Terry is on at first. And the Cubs have runners at the corners with 1 out. That will bring up Ray Grimes. Grimes is at first base today. Runners at first and third. Grimes' double play rating is a 6. They're going to St. Louis is going to call the infield in. So I'll get the infield in chart ready so I can refer to it. So infield in for Grimes. Here's the pitch from Schupp. And this is a 7. That's a patient. That's a 10. And that is a walk. So Schupp comes in for the Cardinals. Already bases loaded here in the top of the first inning. And that will bring up center fielder George Maisel. As the bases are already loaded here. As George Maisel comes in here for the Cubs. Bases loaded. Infield is still going with a double play rating of 7 and a 6. The infield will still be in. So here's the pitch. And that is a 6. That's a patient. That's a 54. And that is going to be a ground ball to third. There's going to be a ground ball to third. Let's see what it is. The infield was in. Runner on third, out at home. Batter safe. Other runners advance one base. But the bases are loaded. But that will not be a double play. So the runner is out at home. There are 2 outs as the other batters go station to station as the infield in does work. But there are now 2 outs on a ground out. So Holliker is eliminated. And the next batter for the Cubs will be Turner Barber. He is in left field today. He is in left field. Base is still loaded, but now the Cardinals will play infield back. Here's the play. It is a 5. That is a tough. That is a 50. And Turner Barber is going to go down on strikes. So Schupp has a tough inning in the top of the first, but he gets out of the jam. How about that? And we have a quick timeout as I will reset the board. As the Cardinals and the fans here at Sportsman's Park are definitely are happy they got out of that jam right there. So Sportsman's Park, pretty close to a hitter's park. 1-64 right-handed batter, 1-58 left-handed batter for the wheelhouse. Here's Hippo Vaughn. He's the starting pitcher for the Cubs today. 3 wins, 11 losses, 6.01 ERA. And playing center field and leading off in this game will be Cliff Heathcote. And here's the pitch to Heathcote. And this is a wheelhouse. It's a 38, and that's just out of his range. That is going to be a pop out to third, 1 out. And that will bring up Jack Fournier, the first baseman. This is a 7. This is an in play. That is a 43. And that is a pop out behind the plate. A pop out to the catcher. That will be the second out as both starting Cardinal batters pop it away. At third base today and now batting third is Milt Stock. Here is the pitch. It is a 6. That's an in play, but an 88 is going to be a weak grounder to short. And he will throw to first for the out. And that is a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Cardinals. So nothing doing there for St. Louis. As we now go to the top of the second inning in this game here. Here comes Schupp. His fatigue rating is a 7, so we're going to see what fatigue rating it is. It's going to be 28 plus 4. It'll be 32, so 9, 18, 27, 8, 9, 10, 10. And, of course, for Hippo Vaughn, field rating is going to be a 29, so 9, 8, 27. His fatigue rating will be here. So we go to the top of the second inning in this matchup between the Cubs and the Cardinals. And leading off for the Chicago Cubs is third baseman Charlie Deal. And here's the pitch. And that is going to be a patient, and it's a grounder to short. He'll throw to first for the out, 1 down. That will bring up catcher Bob O'Farrell, as he'll take his first cuts. And that is a patient. That is a 63. And he just misses that one. That's actually going to be a grounder to second. Coming over will be Hornsby. He will make the play, 2 outs. And that will bring up the pitcher, Hippo Vaughn. And that is a 6. That's a patient, a 27. And he is going to, and Schupp, is going to walk the pitcher. So Vaughn, and Vaughn actually not a bad hitter against lefties. He batted .316 against left-handed pitchers. So Hippo Vaughn, actually not too bad. There's a sports time machine. There you go. Welcome to Sportsman's Park for my game now for the 1921 Cardinals replay. Anthony got his game with the Yankees in, so I got to follow up behind him. No score here, top of the second. St. Louis did get out of a jam in the first inning. So now we go to the top of the batting order for the Cubbies, and that will be Max Flack, as Vaughn drew the base on balls. Difficult when you walk the pitcher, but in near dead ball, after the end of dead ball era, as I said, pitchers could always hit well. That is an 8. That's a wheelhouse. That is a 65, but Max Flack is out of his range. That is a fly ball to left. And again, the Cardinals escape damage. No runs, no hits, no errors, but a man left on for the Cubs, as they are unable to get the runners in. We go to the bottom half of inning number 2. The Cardinals trying to get back on the winning ways. The Cubs ended their 5-game winning streak in the last game. Here's Rogers Hornsby. Rogers Hornsby is playing second base for the first time this season, so he is at second today, as there was, I said, a change in the lineup at the start of this game. Rogers Hornsby, of course, is not off to that great a start, so let's see if he can have a good game today against the lefty. That is going to be a 9. That's a tough. That is a 22, and that is going to be a double for Rogers Hornsby. There you go, a nice 2-bagger to start the game off, as he will hold at second, and on a double for Hornsby. He needs that to get his stats up. Here's Les Mann. Les Mann is in right field today. He gets the start and is a very good right fielder. Very good right fielder, but not a great arm, but he gets the start in right field today, as the guy we've been seeing lately, Specs DePorcer, is not in the starting lineup for this game. So runner on second is the pitch to Mann. He gets his first crack, and this is going to be a tough. That is an 80, and that will be a fly ball to center, 1 out. And Rogers Hornsby will hold at second. Here's Austin McHenry. He is in left field today. 1 man out. Here's the pitch. And that is a 9. That is a tough. That is a 66. And that is a fly ball to right. And there are 2 down. Hornsby, again, will have to hold. And the batter now for the Cardinals will be Doc Lavin. Lavin, shortstop, and the pitch. And that is a 7. That is a patient, a 58. And he just kind of misses that one. He flies out to right. So the leadoff double does not do anything, as it's no runs on 1 hit, as the Cardinals are retired and still no score. Did I make a mistake? Did I use Ferdy Schupp? You know what? I did. I did an intra-squad, didn't I? I had Ferdy Schupp pitch that game. I had Ferdy Schupp pitch that inning instead of Hippo Vaughn in the bottom of the second. Oh, my God. It was intra-squad for half an inning. Okay, well, might have been a big difference, but whatever. So I made the error there, didn't I? Okay. Either way, we'll just keep it the way it is. No score here, top of the third. Ferdy Schupp will get another get back out here. It's going to be Charlie Holliker pitching for Chicago. I didn't realize I didn't change the pitchers. My bad. So Charlie Holliker goes up against Ferdy Schupp. He will be out there, and there's just and the pitch and said, "Well, just pitch, whatever." That is a tough. That is a 42, and that is going to be a base hit for Charlie Holliker. So that is a single as he goes to first. So if you're batting practice, yeah, well, like I said, you know what? If Lee Anthony can go ahead and have the Yankees bat twice and give the Yankees 6 straight outs, I can have the pitcher pitch to both teams, whatever. Charlie Hawker on first. The steal rating's a 3F. He will not go. Here is Zeb Terry. And that is a 4. That is a patient. That is a 53. And that's going to be a base hit for Zeb Terry. He gets a single. A ball blooped into right field, but the runner will advance only one base. So Holiker holds it second. And still nobody out. So 2 straight hits given up by Ferdy Schupp. And the batter now will be Ray Grimes. Grimes walked his last time up. That is a 6. That's a patient. That's an 82. And that is a base hit for Ray Grimes. He gets a single now. And that is a long single into the gap to center field. Runner on second advances 1 base plus. Holiker's rating is a 6. The run rating is a 6. The Cubs will hold him there with bases loaded, nobody out. You don't want to try anything. They will be happy with it. So 3 straight base hits given up by Schupp. And the bases are juiced with nobody out. Kind of like the same thing happened with the Cardinals in the top of the first. So here's George Maisel with a double play rating of 7. The Cardinals are going to try for the double play. They will not go for the infield in. Got to get some outs. Still early in the game. So here's the pitch from Schupp. That is another patient. That is a 76. And this one's going to be a fly ball to center field. Maisel will be out. 1 out. And that is a patient. So the runner on third may attempt to score using the coach's choice chart. So Holiker's run rating is a 6. Let's take a look and see if they'd want to do that. Roll 2d6 and compare total the leader's run rating and fielder's arm. Holiker is a 6. The arm rating that was hit to where? To 7. That was hit to center field. Heathcote's arm rating is a 7. And the Cubs are going to, so that's going to be out there. That's a 7. They're going to, I really don't know. In this case, I'm going to let the cards decide. If it's above, if it's his run rating or under, he tries. If it's above his rating, he will not. It is a 5. They will send him. So Charlie Holiker on his way. Pick another card. That is a 9. If the total is greater than both, the runner is out, and he is thrown out at the plate. He is thrown out at the plate, so the cards decide if Holiker runs. He is thrown out. 2 outs. As Holiker is cut down at the plate by Cliff Heathcote with an arm rating of 7, he is out of there. 2 down. And I remember, like I said, I'm just going to probably let the cards decide what to do if I can't make a decision on that. So runners at first and second. I believe the other runners will remain. I believe the other runners, they say, of course, the other runners do not run. They hold because it was a fly out. So 2 down. The batter now for the Cubs will be Turner Barber. So 2 outs now as Holiker is eliminated. And now we'll see if Ferdy Schupp can get himself out of the jam. 2 down out. There's the pitch to Barber. This is going to be a tough. That is a 33, and that is a strikeout. Ferdy Schupp again has bases loaded, nobody out, and he gets out of the jam. How about that? And the inning is over. Sometimes you got to let the game help you out a little bit when making certain calls, and I thought that would be the best thing to do. I wasn't really sure if I wanted to send him or not, and that actually works. So no runs on 3 hits for the Cubs. We go to the bottom half of inning number 3. We will now put Hippo Vaughn where he belongs. He is now the pitcher. And leading off for Vern Clemens for the Cardinals, and he is the catcher today. So here we go, bottom of the 3rd inning, and this time we have the right pitcher batting, or the right pitcher pitching, I should say. That is a 7. That is an in-play 64, and that is a fly out to right. 1 down. I love this game system. Here's Ferdy Schupp. He will take his first cuts. And he is not a bad hitter. Man batted 286 against righties and lefties. So Schupp can hit. He could probably, with that kind of rating, he could DH in today's league. So here's the pitch to Vaughn from Vaughn. That is a 4. That is an in-play, a 32. And Ferdy Schupp is going to get a base hit. That's a single for the pitcher. He holds it first. His steal rating is an F. He's not running. And that will now bring up Cliff Heathcote. Popped out his last time up, but he went ahead and gunned down Holliker at the plate. The Cubs will know next time not to test his arm. So still 1 out. And here is the pitch to Heathcote. That is an in play. That's a 56. And that is a fly out to left. And that is the 2nd out of the inning. And now we will have Jack Fournier. Fournier popped out his last time up as well. Here is the pitch. That's a 6. That's it in play. 17. That will be a base hit for Jack Fournier's. Ferdy Schupp's run rating is a 4. I have to draw a card to see. It's a sharp liner into center field. The runner on first will still advance 2 bases. So Schupp goes to first. Fournier is on first and third with 2 outs. As that is Fournier's first base hit of the game. And now a chance for the Cardinals for Milt Stock. Can Milt Stock get the Cardinals ahead? Here's the pitch. That is a 3. That's a tough, and that is a leaner. That is a leaner. So instead of rolling all dice, I'm going to go ahead and re-roll that one. Hold the dice, and that is a 57. That is a 57 on a tough, and that is going to be a ground out to third, throws to second, and the inning is over. I have to think of different things when I get leaners in the in the dice tray. So we got still a no-score game here between the Cubs and the Cardinals. In the quick play results, the Cardinals are an A, and the Cubs are graded as an A grade, and the Cubs are graded as a D grade. And that's one of the reasons why I guess St. Louis is out to that 5-1 start. So no runs, 2 hits for the Cardinals there. I'll do a quick shuffle of the deck, or the fact deck. Over. The fact deck is just so awesome. It really makes the game flow by so quick. There are certain charts you do have to check, yes, but that's okay. I can live with that. Not every game can be completely non-chart driven. We go to the top of the 4th here in this game between the Cubs and the Cardinals. No score. Ferdy Schupp is back on the mound for St. Louis. Leading off for the Cubbies is Bob O'Farrell. O'Farrell grounded out his last time up. That is a 7. That is a patient. That's an 85, and that is a ground out to short. One man down. Here's Hippo Vaughn. Vaughn walked his last time up, and that is a 7. That's another patient. That's a 69, and Hippo Vaughn is going to get a base hit. That's going to be his 2nd time he's on base. And that is a single for Vaughn. As I said, he batted very well against lefties as a pitcher. That's a base hit for Vaughn. He goes to first. Top of the batting order for the Cubs and Max Flack. Vaughn not stealing. His steal rating is an F. And that is a tough. That is an 08, and that is a big strikeout by Ferdy Schupp on a 12. And since with the steal rating of F, I will not see if there is a pickoff. I usually will check to see if there's a pickoff play with a man on first. But since Hippo Vaughn is not a high-running Redder, he would not get that kind of a lead. So there are now 2 outs for Holliker, who got gunned down at the plate in the last inning. Here's the pitch. That is a 3. That's a tough. That is a 40. And that is going to be a ground ball to first. And Fournier will make the catch. Will make the play, actually. He'll take it himself and end it. No runs and a hit. Rapidly moving game here so far. No score between these two, as the Cubs are trying to win their 2nd in a row, and the Cardinals trying to get back on the winning track. Bottom of the 4th inning. And keep on forgetting to write these in. Bottom of the fourth inning, the batter for the Cardinals is Rogers Hornsby. He hit a double his last time up, so he's 1 for 1 as he's trying to get his stats back to some sort of a better Rogers Hornsby type of stats. That is a ballpark. That is a 68, but that is going to be an in-play result. 76, and that is a fly out to center. 1 man down. Looking forward to watching maybe some baseball later on TV tonight. And, of course, remember, I do have the huge 1994 season restart game tonight. We have the Houston Astros versus the Montreal Expos. Huge game tonight in the National League. Big game. That's a huge game tonight. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. Of course, that is presentation style. This is non-presentation style. Here's Les Man. Les Man, that is an in-play. That is a 16. And that is going to be a base hit for Les Man. He will go to first. And that's his first hit of the game. His steal rating's a 3D. He will not run. And the batter will be Austin McHenry. Again, to all who are watching, thank you very much for subscribing to me. I'm having a lot of fun playing this game system. Here's Austin McHenry. Hippo Vaughn, that is a tough. That is a 60. And that is going to be a ground ball to third. Let's see, double play rating 7. Hippo Vaughn 6. Yep, they're going to turn the double play. That's it there. 2 quick outs from third to second to first, and he is out of there. And right now we got a veritable pitcher's duel, which is funny with these two pitchers because their ERAs were kind of high that year. So a 5-4-3, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit. Hippo Vaughn's ERA is a 6.01. He was 3-11. Ferdy Schupp, 2-0. He only started 4 games. This was one of them. 4.10 ERA, but for 2 pitchers that actually have a combined ERA of 10 in this game, we got no scoring. Some good defense as we go to the top of the 5th for the Cubs. Leading off for Chicago will be Zeb Terry. And this is a 10. That is a defense, a 57. See what it is. Error check to third base. The ball is hit to stock. His error rating is a 1. It is a 57, and that will be an error. And that is going to be a 2-base error. So what happened is must have got the ball. He threw it away, and Zeb Terry finds himself on second. So an E5 on Milt Stock. Terry is on at first. I give the Cardinals an error in the fifth inning in there, so I know for sure. And Zeb Terry on at second base, a big error on Stock. And the batter now will be Ray Grimes. Grimes is 1 for 1. Nobody out. Here's the pitch. And that is a 9. That's a tough, a 78, and that is a fly out to center, 1 down. And that will bring up George Maisel. Maisel is 0 for 2. Got on by a fielder's choice and flew out. 1 man out here. Ferdy Schupp against Maisel. This is a 3. That's a tough. That's a 39. And that is going to be a pop fly ball to third. And that is the 2nd out. And now here's Turner Barber. Straighten up my game a little bit here. Turner Barber struck out twice. That is a 6. That's a patient, a 75. He will not strike out there. He's actually going to get hit by the pitch. So an HBP sends Barber to first, and that's an ouch. Runners at first and second for Charlie Deal. Two outs. Pitch from Schupp. That's a 9. That's a tough. A 91. He'll get out of it. That's a fly ball. That's a fly out to left. And although he's had some interesting things going on, he's been getting out of it. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, and a hit by pitch. But again, the Cubs failed to score. We got a pitcher's duel in a game that I kind of expected not to have one with these 2 guys on the mound. Sometimes you get it. Sometimes you have pitchers that have good days, even though they never really had them. We go to the bottom half of the fifth inning, still tied. There's baseball demos. How you doing, my good man? Welcome to Sportsman's Park. Please take a seat. Make sure you get your beer, your popcorn, your peanuts, and your nachos. They are stored in bags. I do not use rubber bands. They are each stored, and I'll tell you exactly. They are stored in these bags, and then they are put in big, long boxes. I will not use rubber bands or anything. I'd rather have them in the bags. They're protected, and they are in long boxes. And I have every one of his seasons. He's just about to complete the last order I just did that will get the remaining seasons from him. He's going to reconvert 2012 and 2014 to get them so they can be printed, because I do not do PDFs. And 1986 season is going to be his next new season he's working on. So all my cards are bagged in baggies, and they are put in boxes inside. They are well protected. Bottom of the fifth inning, Hippo Vaughn on the mound for the Cubs now. And again, baseball demos, it is an honor to have you here. And leading off for the Cardinals in this game was Doc Lavin. And this is being done non-presentation. I just played a game out. Not like I do my 1994 season restart or my primetime games. Primetime games will be done presentation style. This is just playing it out. Here's the pitch to Lavin. Lavin is 0 for 1. That is an 8. That's a tough. That's a 92. And that is a fly out to left for 1 out. And the batter here will be Vern Clemens, who flew out his last time up. Cardinals come into this game 5-1. The Cubs are 2-4. I still have my 10-minute ticker that I do at the 7th inning stretch. But, of course, in 1921, there weren't that many games to play, as I'm only doing National League. And Lee Anthony and Bleacher Bums Gaming is doing the American League, as he does Babe Ruth, and I'm doing Rogers Hornsby. Pitch to Clemens. That's an in play. That is a 40, and that is going to be a pop fly to third for the second out. And now the batter is Ferdy Schupp, and he singled his last time up. Here's the pitch from Vaughn. That's going to be a defense in 84. That's going to be no matter what happens. That's going to be error check to first baseman Grimes, but he makes the play. 84 is not a problem. He'll take it himself, and the inning is over. Here at Sportsman's Park, we got a pitcher's duel between two pitchers with a combined ERA of 10. Kind of amazing how that works. We go to the top of the sixth inning, still no score. Leading off for the Chicago Cubs will be Bob O'Farrell. When they bought the game for the first time, did the fact cards and pitcher hitting cards come in color? Yes, they did. He had updated his fact deck, the fact cards and the pitcher hitting cards, which are right here, are in color. So yes, they are all in color. He updated it. So he's ordering. So yes, if you want to order some new game supplies, he's redone his new game supplies. He now has this field available again with some with an out thing and marker and some paper men, which I already ordered. Not because I'm going to change this. I'm still using this, but I want new stuff on here. So he did update his supplies. So yes, he did. They were in color, and they were in color when I first got them. He updated everything for 2020, as I'm making sure I'm giving him a lot of exposure as we play. I believe he's been doing very well, and he gets back to me as soon as he can. I've been emailing him. There have been some cosmetic errors that were made on some of his sets, but he is fixing them as I'm letting him know, as I'm helping him out. And what I get to do, I get to play his baseball game, which I think is really, I still say, no system is perfect, as you know as well as know. No system is perfect, but this set here to me is perfect for me. Here's the pitch to Bob O'Farrell as he leads off the top of the sixth, and that is a 5. That's a tough. A 13. That's a strikeout, as he will go down there. And the batter will be Hippo Vaughn. Vaughn is 1 for 1, but he's been on base twice. Here's the pitch. That is an 8. That's a wheelhouse 72, but that's not going to get far. He just chops that one to short actually chops that one to second. And that's the second out. And the next batter will be Max Flack. He's going to be doing some updating to his charts, which I told him I really think he needs to do. Some updating, some enhancement to his ground out charts and other charts and such. He's going to update the game a little bit. And I hope, like I said, how can you like a game where you really don't have to use any charts? And these fast action cards take care of everything else. 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Flack. Flack is 0 for 2. He walked in the first inning. Here's the pitch. That is a 9. That's a tough. That's a 47. And he is going to, what is that, a 47? That is a ground ball right back to Schupp. He will take it and throw it to first, and the inning is over. We got ourselves one heck of a game between two pitchers that really should, this game should be, I really think this game would be 7-6 in some way, but it's not. We got a good game. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. And we have the top of the batting order leading off for St. Louis, and that is Cliff Heathcote. Exactly. Quickest way to bog down a game is to use a bunch of charts. That's why everything, and like I said, the one thing I love about this game, the most important thing I love about this game, pitcher and batter cards are used on 95% of every single die roll. That's the thing. Stratomatic 50-50, Pursue the Pennant 50-50, APA, abstracts pitching, which I still don't understand how you do that. All right, but like I said, but they're all time tested. They're all great. The one thing I like about Stratomatic is how they do the ratings. I think their ratings are top notch. I think they really get their ratings right. What I like about APA is how smooth the game goes. How I liked about Pursue the Pennant was how many different types of play styles they had. That was one thing I liked about those games as well. This I just liked. It was it's easy to set up and easy to play. So here's Heathcote leading off here at the bottom of the 6th inning. And that is an in play on Vaughn. That's going to be a 69, and that's a ground out to short, 1 down. Next batter will be Jack Fournier. The little score, everybody asked me about this. Make sure you can thank Appa Bryan. Appa Bryan uses the same scoreboard for his games, and I watch his games every single morning. I have a cup of coffee. I sit down and watch his games. He got this from, he actually got this, I think, from a certain supplier. I was lucky. This is usually available in a box of baseball guys, of baseball men and such. All right, and of baseball men, and it comes with the scoreboard, but I was lucky to get this by itself, so I didn't have to buy the whole thing. I went ahead and did a few changes. I put home on this side, away on here, added a couple of things here to put the logos for the teams, and I also made some extra, since they only go up to 9, I have, of course, extra numbers in case it goes to higher than that. So, and since I laid the scoreboard down, since the camera is being done from the top, I can lay the scoreboard down, and I do it that way, just like he stands his up. So that's where you got the score. So you can thank Appa Bryan for that. That was his idea, and I stole it. So, of course, he hasn't accused me of plagiarism yet. 1 out. Fournier, the batter, he singled his last time up. And that is a 7. That's an in play, a 45. He will not single here. That's a pop out to first. A lot of pop outs in this game today. A lot of pop outs. You don't see many of them. And now the batter is Milt Stock. Stock grounded out twice. He's 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. That's a 6. That's an in play, a 53. And that is a ground ball to third. And the inning is over. So I'll tell you, these two pitchers, one pitcher with an ERA. Bibbo Vaughn is an ERA of 6.01. He's not allowed any runs at all. So we got a tight ball game coming up. And 6 are in the books. We go to the top of the 7th. Remember, 7th inning stretch, I'll do a very quick 10-minute ticker utilizing his 1921 quick results charts. And I'm not going to shuffle the cards. Not many have been used enough. So we go top of the 7th. Leading off for the Cubs will be Charlie Holliker. And that is a 6. That's a patient. That's a 74. And fly ball center field. 1 out. Here's Zeb Terry. Ferdy Schupp is getting close to his fatigue rating, only a few levels. All these other games. Hi, Bears Den. Good. By the way, I didn't say hello to you, Bears Den. My bad. I'm so sorry. Good to have you here. I hope you. Concession stand. It's the 7th inning, so you might want to get a quick beer for the concession stand. Closes here at Sportsman's Park. Here's the pitch to Terry. That is a patient, a 58, and that's going to be a base hit for Zeb Terry. He gets a single. And that is his third single of the game, as he is 3 for 3, 3 singles and reached on an error. His steal rating's a 3F. He will not run. And the batter will be Ray Grimes. And I'm not doing a hit and run here with a tie score. So here's the pitch to Grimes. And that is a defense, 79. That should be all right. Error check to third base. That ball is hit to stock. His error rating is a 1. It's a 79. He will make the play. Let's see what it is. It's an out. And that is going to be a ground ball. That is a ground ball fielder's choice, which means Terry is out and Grimes is on at first. 2 down. And that will bring up George Maisel. Maisel is 0 for 3. They don't close in 1920. Oh, they don't close in 1920. Well, in that case, then have all the beer you like. On me. There you go. On me here at Sportsman's Park. 2 outs. Grimes on at first. He also will not run. Here's the pitch to Maisel. That's a 5. That's a tough. That's a 78. And that is going to be a fly out to center. And the inning is over. So no runs and 1 hit. But that is all. And the inning is over. So it's still a no-score game between these two teams. Nobody wants to get any runs in. And now you get to see, and now if you're still here, Baseball Demos, you get to see the 10-minute ticker. The 10-minute ticker utilizes his 1921 quick results charts, as I'm not utilizing no stinking AI, no computer, no crap to decide who wins and who loses. I had enough of that crap. I use Out of the Park for my 25-man rosters for each game. Okay. But I do not utilize the AI in it, because I think the AI, as much as I love Out of the Park, and I get that every year, and I will always support Marcus Heinsohn and his Out of the Park, and of course Action PC Baseball, AIs to me get a little wonky. So I let the dice, since this is a dice and cards game, we're going to let the dice and cards decide it. We're going to let dice decide the back. So here's how we go. If you've never seen this before, this is his 1921 quick results chart. I went ahead and remodified it because the way he did it, he has this kind of reversed. So I redid this on Excel. Just did a quick port. So here's how this works. We take the visiting team, which is the Boston Braves. They're playing the Brooklyn Robins. The Braves are a B, the Robins are a B, so we roll on this. If the dice roll falls into these numbers, it's a win for the visiting team. If not, it's a win for the home team. And he re-streamlined his quick results charts, so now instead of taking favorites and underdogs, it's how well they did on the road as well as how well they did at home. So this is that's a 10. That is actually going to be a win for Brooklyn. They win that game 5-2. The Pittsburgh Pirates are at the Cincinnati Reds. The Pirates are an A. The Reds are a C. So we go to here. And that is a win actually for the Reds. They win that game 8-5. And finally, the Philadelphia Phillies are at the New York Giants. The Phillies were god-awful in 1921. So they play an A. The Giants were an A-rated team. They actually won the National League that year, and that is definitely a win for the Giants. They win that game 7-1. The Cubs are at the Cardinals, of course. The Cardinals are an A. The Cubs are a D, and that is all. He has the instant charts for every season, my friend. He just did it. At one point, he only had them for certain seasons. He has a quick results chart for every season. It's not official yet. He has not put it on the website. He went ahead and sent them to me. I also sent a copy to Utah Mike so he can use it for his games as well. They are not official because I asked him to make some changes to his quick results chart. And real quick, I'll go ahead and show you. This is the 1994 chart I'm using from my 1994 restart. Actually, you know what? Let me yeah, okay, wait a minute. I think I can do it here. And this is how the charts. This is how his chart originally looks. Okay, as you can see, he has this not in alphabetical order, which is a bit of a pain in the butt. He has the grades over here in the middle, and he's got versus FDCBA, which I thought was kind of a little ridiculous. He didn't do in alphabetical order. So I asked him to, so I went ahead and I just reported it into Microsoft, into LibreOffice, into this format, where now it is in alphabetical order and the grade is immediately here, and this information's at the end. So that's how I just did it. That's how I just did it to make it easy for, and I told him to say, yeah, that's why you should. I told him that's how it should be up. So it's not on his website yet, Baseball Demos. It's not on his website yet for download. Okay. However, I believe he did put it. I think somebody asked for it in the forums. So check the forums about quick results charts. You might be able. I don't know if he will use my tweaks or not. That's completely up to him. This is his game. This is his livelihood. I have no problem with it. So I just went ahead and tweaked it myself because I'm only going to use a certain chart during the season. So I'm only using 1994 for my restart and 1921 for my for Bleacher Bums Gaming. That's all. Do I think he'll use the tweaks? I don't know. I hope he does, but if he doesn't, that's okay. Every time I use a chart, I'll just tweak it into it only took about a half an hour to do it, typing it all in each way. I tried utilizing a PDF PDF editor, and I found that was too cumbersome. So I said, forget it. I'll just do it. I'll just redo it in Excel. That's all. Where are we? Oh, bottom of the seventh. We got baseball to play, don't we? So let's see here. Bottom of the seventh. So Hippo Vaughn will now be pitching here in the bottom of the seventh inning. We still got a tie game here between these two. Bullpens are active if necessary. Leading off for the St. Louis Cardinals will be Rogers Hornsby. As I said, he is 1 for 2 today, but he's not off to a good start. He was only batting .222 coming into today. So here's bottom of the seventh. Let's get back to some baseball here. Hippo Vaughn, that is a 6. That is an in play, a 53, and that is a ground ball to first, and that is 1 out. One man down, and the batter will be Les Man. We're actually going to do we're not going to do a Skype. I don't know if we're going to do it by Skype, but what he and I are doing is he is playing the American League. I'm playing the National League. He's playing the Yankees and Babe Ruth. I'm doing the Cardinals and Hornsby. At the end of the end of the schedule, I'm going to do a quick best of 5 National League Championship Series because I like the playoffs. And then he and I will play his winner of his American League versus my winner of the National League. Remember, in 1921, it was a best of 9. He will do the games at the American League Park. I will do the games at the National League Park. So we will actually do a co-op World Series. I'd like to do it by Skype, but we'll see how it comes out. It depends on when he and I can play at the same time. That's all. And of course, I'm letting him go at his pace. Okay, I have all the time in the world. I've been out of work for 4 months, but we go at his pace. So whenever he does a game, then I do a game behind him. I will not go ahead of him. He says, with all the things he does, I said, you know what? You have a life. Right now, I don't. So he plays, then I will play. Here's Les Man. We got, 1 out? 1 out. Les Man, the batter. Singled his last time up. Here's the pitch. That is a tough. That is a 42. And that, he just misses it. A pop out the third. Lots of pop outs in 1921. That is the second out. And the batter will be Austin McHenry. McHenry is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. That is a wheelhouse, an 86. Oh, he just missed it. That's going to be a ground out to short, and the side is retired. Actually, it only would have been a single anyway if he did get it in there. But that is it there. We have one heck of a pitcher's duel, and this is actually the first pitcher's duel I've had in the 1921 season. So nothing across for the Cardinals. We go to the top of the 8th. No, I'm just taking the top 2 teams in the league. Just the top 2 teams in the National League. So whoever is the top 2 team, first and second, that's it. I was going to do a top 3, and then 3 would play 2 in a best of 3, and then 2 would play, and then the winner there would play that. But I figured, you know what? I just figured maybe just top 2 teams is enough. So And it also gives me a chance to get into give the Cardinals get in the playoffs a better chance, just in case we go on a losing streak or something like that. Just my idea. And if it was, and when I do a series, and when I do a season when there are two divisions, like 1969 to 1993, I'll take the top two teams in each division, and then of course now with the new formula with the three divisions, top two teams in each division. So it goes from 4 teams to 8 teams to 12. That's how I'm doing it. And of course, they updated. Of course, baseball is going to take the 16 teams in each league for the 2020 season. I think that's a little ridiculous, but I understand the reasoning. It's very possible in only a 16-game season, the top teams in the league might get off to slow starts, and you would hate to have the New York Yankees, the New York Mets, the Boston Red Sox, Chicago Cubs, the Los Angeles Dodgers, Houston Astros, all the teams that are the big market teams not make it because of slow starts. I understand the reason why they suddenly did that. Top of the 8th inning, Ferdy Schupp is scheduled to start this inning, and I think St. Louis is going to take him out as he's done his job. But with an ERA of 4.1 in that wheelhouse at an 8, I think he's done the job. So the Cardinals are going to remove him at the 8th inning. He is out of there. So out goes Ferdy Schupp, and I will bring in a new pitcher for the Cardinals, and that is going to be who we got here. That's going to be actually my favorite. One of my favorites from this era right now is Bill Schertle. He will come in and pitch for the Cardinals. 9-8, 3.18 ERA. He had a save. So out comes Schupp as he pitched a marvelous game, but Bill Schertle is going to come in there and pitch. He is a long reliever, and that's going to be a 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He will have an 11 batters faced. Fatigue league. So Bill Schertle, still a lefty, and leading off for the Cubs here in the top half of the 8th is Turner Barber. Here is the pitch from Schertle, and that's that's a wheelhouse right there, 59. But he will get away with it. He chops it to third, 1 out. A wheelhouse, but Barber chopped it. He got it. He got himself a nice pitch on a plate, but Barber slapped it on the ground. Here's Charlie Deal. Deal is 0 for 3. And that is an 8. That's an in play, a 53, and that is a fly out to right. And now the batter will be Bob O'Farrell. Farrell is 0 for 3, grounded out all 3 times. Here's the pitch. And that is an 8. That is an in play, a 77. That's going to be an easy inning for Schertle as he flies this one out to center. And the inning is over. So still goose eggs across the board and nothing there. The Cubs only have 6 hits. The Cardinals, however, have been very quiet themselves. Only 4 hits for the Cardinals. So, but we're now getting into these innings where we all know one mistake could make a difference. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Hippo Vaughn, he has yet to reach his fatigue, so they will keep him out there. Or do I take him with a 6.01 ERA? Let me take a look at see who is available for the Cubs. If they want to bring in a new pitcher. And I think if you were with a 6.01 ERA, you got away with it to get him started. He was the starting pitcher in this game, so I am going to yank him and take him out, as the Cubs are actually very happy with his pitching, but that is it for him. And the Cubs, well, he only played 2 games and got a save. The Cubs are going to bring in Tony Kaufman. He only played 2 games, and he is in the lineup for Chicago according to Out of the Park. So I will utilize him as he's one of the best pitchers that year. Tony Kaufman, 1 win, no losses, a 4.15 ERA. So this would be so this means that he started 1 game. So this will be the game he this will be the game that he actually maybe just gets the save. We'll see what happens. So Tony Kaufman now in for the Cubs. It's the bottom half of the order, also for the bottom third of the order for the Cardinals, and Doc Lavin. It's a pretty nice. I was thinking of making divisions, a plenty of seasons to get to. Yeah, you could make 2 divisions easy. I mean, you could make 2 divisions. I mean, if you were to do a National League, the thing you probably do a National League. If you were to take the 1921 National League teams, you got Boston, Brooklyn, New York, and got Boston, Brooklyn, New York, and probably put Philadelphia in the one division, and the other division would have Chicago, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and St. Louis. If you want to make them make that geographically correct, because of course Pittsburgh is further west than Philadelphia is, something like that. But I figured I have no problem with no divisions in the and from all the way to 1969. I actually have no issue with it. So here's Doc Lavin for the Cardinals. We'll go up against Tony Kaufman. Lavin is 0 for 2. We got ourselves a heck of a game here. So let's see what happens. Here's the pitch to Lavin. That's going to be an 8. That's a patient, a 71. And that is a ground out to second. 1 out there, as Kaufman is a right-hander. And the next batter will be Vern Clemens. Clemens popped 0 for 2. That's a 6. That's a tough, a 91, and that is a ground ball to short. For the second out. Now, Bill Schertle is supposed to be the next batter, and I think I'm going to utilize his batting card. They're going to let him bat, as why not? So Ferdy Schupp comes out, and we're going to see. I'm pretty sure he does have a batting card. If he doesn't, I'll have to use a hitter's card. Let's see. Let's see if Bill Schertle has one. Pretty sure he does, because he did bat a couple of times. Yeah, Bill Schertle will bat. They're going to let him hit, try to get him to try to see if he can do something. Bill Schertle actually did hit a little bit, batted 108 against right-handers. So Bill Schertle will bat with 2 outs. If there was a runner on base, I probably would have taken him out. So here's the pitch to Schertle, and that is going to be a tough. That is a 41, and that is a strikeout. So the Cubs, this Cubs team is really giving this Cardinals team's fits in this game. Nothing across for the Cardinals. And we go to the top of the 9th inning, no score. Bill Schertle will pitch for St. Louis. The leadoff pitcher is supposed to be Tony Kaufman. I'll take a look at his hitting card real quick. Although Tony Kaufman could still pitch at least. He's a long reliever. I actually didn't roll his relief. It's going to be a 13. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. He can pitch a while. So I'm going to have a look at his pitch. I'm going to do the same thing for him. So Hippo Vaughn is out, and I believe we will bring in Tony Kaufman to hit. So pretty sure he has a card here. And he does. So Tony Kaufman will come out and bat for the Cubs. He'll be the leadoff batter. Since I had Cardinals keep their pitcher in, I'll do the same thing, try to keep it fair. So Bill Schertle will go up against Tony Kaufman. Kaufman actually is a 400 hitter. So at least for a pitcher he was, against left or righty. So it actually makes sense to have him bat. Here's the pitch from Schertle to Kaufman to start the top of the 9th inning. No score. And that is an in play. That's an 0-8, and that is going to be a double for Tony Kaufman. He gets a double off this to start it. Wow. How about that? A leadoff double for Kaufman. I'm surprised he was only in 2 games in 1921. I'm surprised. A leadoff double for Kaufman, and once again, and a great chance now for the Cubs to make a wave here. Here's Max Flack. Flack is 0 for 4. His bunt rating is a 2 to 4. It is a 3. If he wants it, his bunt rating is a D. I don't know if you bunt Tony Kaufman over. Bunt is on the board. Now, I'm going to let him hit. I'm going to let him hit. Flack is a good hitter. You're going to hit against Bill Schertle. So I'm going to let him hit. Here's the pitch. And that is a 7. That's a tough, and it's a rare play. That's going to be our first rare play of the game. And that is going to be a 10, a hard grounder to third base. If runners on second and first base, third baseman touches third base and throws to second base for a force out. And second baseman with A or B range relays to play for triple play. So hard ground to third base. If runners on second and first, third base touches third base and throws to second base for a force out. I'm going to read that since there's no runners at first and second, only the runner on second. The hard grounder to third base becomes a fielder's choice, but Kaufman will not run. So it's going to be 1 out as Flack is thrown out at first base. That's how I'm going to read that. And there's 1 out. As Kaufman has to hold. So that is a ground ball to third. And the batter now will be Charlie Holliker. That's how I'm going to read it since we're not runners on first and second. That's your triple play rare play is what it is. And I'm going to mark it that they usually keep track of rare plays, and that's the first one of the game. Here's Charlie Holliker. He is 1 for 4. Kaufman's still on at second. Here's the pitch from Schertle. That's an 11. That's a patient. That is going to be a 32. And Charlie Holliker is going to break open the tie as he goes ahead and hits a double. As he hits this one into left field, Kaufman will score easy. And finally, someone scores, but unfortunately, it's the Cubs, and it's 1-0. Chicago Cubs, Charlie Holliker makes up for getting thrown out at home earlier in the game on a double by him. The run comes in to score, and it's 1-0 here in the top of the 9th. And the next batter will be Zeb Terry. And Terry has been the hot hand today. He is actually 3 for 3 with an error. Bill Buckner hit it inside the park home run. What year was that? Against St. Louis? Oh, he must have been with the Cubs. All right. So he actually could move back in the day. So Holliker on at second, Zeb Terry at the plate. And I'm going to take a look at Ray Grimes' double play rating real quick. And they're going to pitch to Terry instead and try to get him out. So runner on second base. Here's the pitch to Terry from Schertle. That is an 8. That's an in play, a 37. And that is going to be a pop out to short, 2 outs. Boy, lots of pop outs in this game today. And that is a big out as it keeps Holliker on at second. And the batter will be Ray Grimes, 73 with the Dodgers. Yep, okay. So the batter is Ray Grimes now, runner at second base. Grimes is 1 for 3. Flew out, fielder's choice, walk, and single. So Schertle trying to get out the inning. Here's the pitch. And that is a 7. That's a tough. It's a 73. And that is a ground out to second base. And he'll throw to first to get the out. 1 run on 2 hits for the Cubs in the top of the 9th inning. And we go to the bottom of the 9th inning with the Cubs leading the Cardinals 1-0. And Tony Kaufman, as he says, he has 1 save and 1 win. So this may be the game. This is probably going to be the game he wins here because he was only on the Cubs for 2. He only showed up for 2 games. Going by the out of the park 25-man roster for this matchup. But he's going to have to do it against the top of the batting order for the Cardinals, and that will be Cliff Heathcote. Heathcote leads off, but the Cardinals have been really quiet. They is 0 for 3. Bottom of the 9th inning, here's the pitch. And that's going to be a 7. That's an in play, and that is going to be a base. That is a base hit for Cliff Heathcote. He has a single. That's his first hit of the game. We'll get to first on that. And that is his steal rating is a 5D. He will not steal. He will not steal. And the batter will be Jack Fournier Fournier can go ahead and hit the home run. Fournier's bunt rating is a 2 to 4 and a 10. He will not bunt. He will hit. So nobody out, runner on first base, but the hit and run does make sense. So I'm going to go ahead and call the hit and run. So the hit and run is on. So here's the pitch to Fournier. And that's going to be an 8. That's a patient. It's a 77. And that's a fly ball to center field. And 1 out. And Heathcote has to retreat back to first, so the hit and run fails. And now the batter is Milt Stock. Stock is 0 for 3. Hit and run is no longer available. I only use it usually once, maybe twice a game. So 1 out. And Heathcote's the tying run at first base. Someone's got to come through with a big play here for the Cardinals. Here's the pitch. That's a 7. That's an in play, a 12. And that is going to be a base hit for Milt Stock. It is a single. Heathcote with a run rating of 9, but it's not 2 outs. It's a hard grounder into right field. Runner on first advances 1 base, so Heathcote cannot get to second. Runners at first and second with 1 out on a big base hit by Stock. And that now sets up Rogers Hornsby. And this is the guy you want in this situation. Rogers Hornsby, however, has not hit a home run yet in the games in the 6 games I played. 1 out, bottom of the 9th, 1-0. Here we go. Let's see what we get. Kaufman's pitch. It's a 5. It's a tough. It's a 95. And that's a fly ball to left. And that is the 2nd out. The runners have to hold. As moving Heathcote to third doesn't make any, trying to move Heathcote to third doesn't make any sense because of the run rating of 9, Heathcote will automatically score on a single. So the last chance for St. Louis is Les Mann, and he is 1 for 3. This was his first start this season. So 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Tying run on second, winning run on first. Tony Kaufman for the Cubs trying to get the save. Les Mann got to try to make a play. Here it is. And that is an 8. That's a patient. It's an 07. It is a walk. So they will have 1 more batter to do it as Les Mann draws a base on balls. And the bases are loaded. And the batter is Austin McHenry. And he has actually done very well for the Cardinals so far in this replay. So base is loaded now. Tony Kaufman, he's not fatigued. He's just fine. But now Austin McHenry, a chance to be the hero for the Cardinals. Bottom of the 2nd, base is loaded. This is what baseball kids dream about. Here's the pitch. It's a ballpark. It's a 24. It's a wheelhouse. It's a 36. Crack. This one is hit high. This one is hit deep. This one is a grand slam home run. Cardinals win. A ballpark, right-handed batter, 1 to 64 wheelhouse. And then I pull the next card, a 36 versus right-handed batter. Home run, Austin McHenry. Cardinals win in the bottom of the 9th. 4 runs. Oh, my God. There you go, people. If it can happen in baseball, it can happen in payoff pitch baseball. A grand slam home run by Austin McHenry. A grand slam homer by Austin McHenry, and the Cardinals win the ball game 4-1. How about that finish, people? And just prove it again, just to show, the roll is a 2, which is ballpark on Tony Kaufman. The roll's a 24, wheelhouse with right-handed batter, 1 to 64. I then draw a fact card because the main dice rolls I always keep separate. These dice do not get rolled again. The cards will do the dice in here for a 2d6 or a percentage dice. a 36 on the card. Home run wheelhouse versus right-handed pitcher, 1-54. Austin McHenry slaps a grand slam over the left center field wall here at Sportsman's Park, and the fans are just going nuts. If you're the Chicago Cubs, you can't believe it. And that's why you play the games. Just like the movies, grand slam home run. The Cardinals win. They beat the Cubs 4-1. I'll go ahead and give a final line score here. And the Cardinals were dominated in this game. 1, 3, 4, 7, and 1 error. And for the Cubs, 1, 4, 5, 6, 8. For the St. Louis Cardinals, 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. For the Chicago Cubs, 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. The winning pitcher is going to be Bill Schertle. He will get the win. Tony Kaufman picks up the loss. And what a way to lose a game. What a way to lose, everyone. What a big win for the St. Louis Cardinals as he gets the grand slam, clears the bases, and the Cardinals get the win over the Cubs. The Cardinals have improved their record to 6-1. The Cubs dropped to 2-5 in the replay. And that's why you play the games, everyone. The next game for the Cardinals will be home against the Cincinnati Reds. So that's it here from Sportsman's Park, Bears Den 007 Baseball Demos, Sports Time Machine. Thank you very much for joining us. Please leave a like on your way out of the state. Please leave a like on the way out of the stadium. I thank you very much. If you did enjoy the game, I don't think it gets more exciting than that. A grand slam winning home run. It doesn't get more exciting. So I caught up again with Bleacher Bums Gaming. We're both at 7 games now, and I'll play the next one here. And that, remember, of course, tonight we have the 1994 season restart. The Houston Astros play the Montreal Expos in a huge game tonight. Well, that's it here from Sportsman's Park. Thank you all for joining it. The St. Louis Cardinals win in dramatic fashion. It don't get any more dramatic than that. Cardinals on a grand slam home run by Austin McHenry win the game on the Cubs 4-1. Have a good day, everybody, and drive home and stay safe.